guys, my name is Hannah. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys about my most loved, most favorite, most beautiful of all my book boyfriends. So we're starting from, not like the bottom, but we're moving our way up the list. I can't actually remember off the top of my head, so I'm going to quickly just like go count how many there are, so be back. So we have 8 book boyfriends today. You know, they're constantly changing. Some of them are like my continuous book boyfriends. They often fluctuate, you know, up and down the charts. I'd like to start off with a special mention though. Technically speaking, not a book boyfriend. It is from a book, but not the book. I don't like him in the book. I love him in the TV show. And that of course goes to my lovely Klaus Michelson from the Vampire Diaries in the originals. I love him to bits. Caroline will always be my favourite Vampire Diaries / the original shit. Apart from Bonnie and Enzo. Yeah. Shout out to you, Klaus. Love you, boo, but you aren't a book boyfriend. I just felt like I need to like spread that love. So number 8 on my book boyfriend list is Jacob Black. Jacob Black. I'm holding New Moon because I feel like that was when Jacob Black came to the play. Jacob Black, you're probably one of my first book boyfriends. I love you lots. Everyone was like, you know, when they're like, oh, Jacob never had a chance with Bella. I get you. No, he never did. I just liked him over Edward. Book Edward's actually super funny, and I think Book Jacob's much more fun than he is in the movies. But I just love Jacob, and Taylor Lautner was really hot. That helped a lot. Jacob's always going to be on my book boyfriend list just because nostalgia, and I love him. Number 7 goes to Noah Shaw from The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. Now, Mara Dyer takes me back to some good days. It's 2014 when I really, not when I discovered reading, that's a bit of a lie, but when I like completely like lost any hopes of having a decent social life, I would say. And Noah Shaw walked into my life and had never been the same again since with his, I'm pretty sure he had a British accent, maybe I made that up, I'm pretty sure he did, and his snark, and he was just so hot, and he was just a bad boy, and I was like, who are you? And he was Noah Shaw, and I've kind of been low-key in love with him ever since. I have to say the love's faded over the years. He still holds a very good place in my heart. So Noah Shaw, I see you, boo. Number 7 goes to Dmitry Velikov from, you know, the always wonderful Vampire Academy. Dmitry, you were there when this gal needed you most. I was fresh off the Twilights, and I didn't know what to do after reading the Twilights. And there you were, eased my soul with your beautiful Russian accent and took the place of my Jacob Black, and I was like, thank you. So thanks to Rochelle Mead, who just like filled that gap, that very large Jacob-sized gap, and that Dmitry filled, because they're like the same size. I have absolutely lost track of what number we're on now, but my next book boyfriend is Cassian from The Night Court and A Court of Mist and Fury. I know some people are like, where's Az? If you're putting Cassie on here, Azriel should be on here, and I agree. Something about Cassian just like spoke to my soul. He walked on that page, banging that fist on that front door and telling Reese to let them in because he promised them food, and I was like, I love you. And I do. And I'm so excited to see where Cassian and Nesta's story goes. And I just love how he treats everyone with, he's just so fair and loving. And if you've read that excerpt and that Target editions of A Court of Mist and Fury, you can find them on Pinterest. It just makes you love Cassian that much more. And what's a girl to do when a man called Cassian walks on the page and has dark flowing hair and is an Illyrian? I can tell you what you're gonna do, you're gonna fall in love. I know we're getting a spin-off series with A Court of Thorns and Roses, or it's gonna be a continuation, I don't know, but I really hope Cassian is like still gonna be around like a lot if it doesn't revolve around them. So we're on book boyfriend number 4 now, and we have Lorcan from the Throne of Glass series, particularly Empire Storm. You probably don't know Lorcan yet if you haven't got up to Area of Fire in the Throne of Glass series. If you haven't read Empire Storms, you still probably think he's how do I put this without being rude, getting censored? But he's a big fucking dick. He was such an ass, and every time he walked on the page in any of the other books, I was like, ugh! You suck! And something just changed inside of me, changed inside of him. And that person that changed us all was a lead. And a lead brought out this beautiful side in Lorcan, and I was like, who are you? And I'm in love with him. We all need a man like Lorcan, except for what? But we don't need a man like Lorcan at the end of this book. That's what I'm getting at. But he was just so beautiful. And when there's a man who is brooding and is moody, I'm just like, you're the one. And the thing is, in real life, if I meet a person like that, I'm like, I literally want to punch you in the throat, so leave. Number 3, our William Herondale from Fair Wales. Will, we met in Clockwork Angel, first book in our journey through the Infernal Devices. And as soon as you busted in to grab Tess, you changed my life. Grabbed my heart with that Welsh accent, and I was like, take me now. And and you did. You had black hair and blue eyes, and that's kind of like seals the deal for me. If you guys haven't noticed, basically if any of my book boyfriends have dark hair, I'm basically like, let's get married. And actually I think all my book boyfriends do have dark hair, but Will Herondale, I'm so in love with him. He just holds like a special place in my heart. Number 2 on my book boyfriend list, we're getting to the end now, and I'm sure if you've seen this like or know me at all, it won't be a surprise that Damon Black is my number 2. Now this boy would have been my number 1. He really would have for many years. There was some time where I thought no one could surpass Damon Black because he was beautiful. Dark hair, green eyes, snarky, moody. I think you guys know my type of men. But Damon Black came into my life where I thought there was no hope left for me. Where I just thought I could never love anyone again after Will Herondale. And I was wrong. Damon changed the game. He was an asshole, but he was beautiful. That's all there really was to it. He was so beautiful and he was funny. I associate myself with Kat so much, and like he was so, I won't say nurturing, but he was really like supportive of everything she did. With her reading and all her gawky little things, he just like watched from the side and was like, you go baby, and it was just like everything. I was just like, yes, Damon Black, I'm always gonna love you no matter what. I could never not love you. Also, Jennifer L. Armentrout posted like a post on Instagram the other day that kind of like hinted to something more from the Lux series world, and my heart was like, what? And it was great, so I'm so excited. And my number 1 book boyfriend, probably forever and always, no one could surpass this man. And if someone does manage to write a man better than this man, they deserve a Nobel Peace Prize for curing world hunger and everything wrong with the world. But of course, that number 1 man would go to Rhys from A Court of Mist and Fury, High Lord of the Night Court, most powerful Fae Lord in all of Prithian history. I love you. I'm not gonna even lie, when he came into the world in A Court of Thorns and Roses, I was like, get away from me. You're gross. I literally told all my friends, I was like, Rhys, that Rhys guy, he's Gaston, like, he's got no chance. Was I wrong? I don't know what my life would be like anymore without this book and without these characters, particularly Rhys. He just is such a strong person and I love him to bits. Of course, him being beautiful and really supportive and everything, and if you've read this book you understand, but I love him so much. I need a moment, But like, Rhys was just, I can't even explain how much I love him. My number 1. If you want to know why, you should read this book. Alright guys, that's all for today's video about my number 1 book boyfriends. Sorry my vibe was a little bit down today. I'm not sure why. I thought I would be so like pumped to do this video, but I'm just like, so maybe I would redo this another time, maybe later in the year, maybe my list will have fluctuated, I don't know. But those are my book boyfriends. I would love to know what your book boyfriends are. Also, this has nothing to do with it, but I'm wearing this hella cool jumper. I found it Save Mart for like $6, and it's like a golfing jumper and I love it. It makes me feel so good about my life. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe and all that jazz, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke.